When putting together your sewing kit, you're going to want to make sure that you have a sewing gauge and also a flexible tape measure. So here we have the sewing gauge, and the sewing gauge is broken up into 1-inch increments up here at the top, and that's mostly what you're going to be using when you're doing your hems or you need to measure for seam allowance. Each tiny line here represents 1/8 of an inch. So there's 8 of them in an inch, so half of 1 inch right here is a half of that is a quarter, and then half of that is 1/8. So this is nice because you get to move this little blue part here to wherever you need to have your measurement. So if we want to do a 1-inch hem here, I moved it to 1 inch. I could bring my fabric in here. And now it's just very easy for me to line it up with the edge of the ruler here, the sewing gauge, and then with the edge of this blue part here. So instead of me having to continually look at the ruler, I could just kind of line up that way and do my hem. So then I have the flexible tape measure. This is very handy for measuring either your or somebody else's measurements for when you're trying to pick out a pattern or alter some of your own clothes. So if you look at it, it's broken up into inches and centimeters. Just for your information, there's 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, and 36 inches in a yard. This will come in handy for when you're trying to decide how much fabric to purchase. So when you're doing your measurements for a pattern, typically what you're going to want to measure is your bust, your waist, and your hip. So it's a lot easier, of course, if you don't have bulky clothes on. But you're going to want to take your measurements without doing the tape measure too tight because you want your clothes to fit comfortably. Once you have your measurements, then you can look on the back of the pattern and find out which size is best for you.